and Richmond is 100 miles. Just a rough example, 100 miles. When does my journey begin? Huh? City limits. Ahsant.
So 50 miles from when you start from the end of the city?
No. So I will start counting from my city limits. So let's say, for example, so we say the distance from Falls Church, my house, to Richmond is 100 miles. Okay? And the distance from my city limit and my house is, let's say, 10 miles. So how long is the travel for me now? Is 90? 90 miles. So I will only be considered a traveler the moment I cross the city limit. Now I'm a traveler. From here now, let's say I can go another 3 miles, pull over to the next masjid, and start shortening and combining. Okay, that's one. For an individual who is traveling by plane, they don't have that city limit or anything. So the moment they board, they can now shorten and combine. The moment they what? Right? Flight A21 boarding, right? So the moment they say that and you start boarding, your travel started then. And the same for the sea, for the cruise. Got it? Now, there's another scenario that comes about now. For example, I have some money from an individual in Richmond. Or, no, for example, let's say I have some money from somebody in, how do you say, somebody owes me or somebody owe you?
Somebody owes me.
Me. I want money from them,
Yeah,
right?
owes me.
Okay, somebody owes me and he lives in Woodbridge. Here in Woodbridge, let's say it's 20 miles, example. So me going from here to Woodbridge, is that traveling? Why? Less than 50 miles, ahsant. Okay, but I go to his house and then they told me, look, he went to Richmond, so I went to Richmond. So, is that going to be considered a travel? So you live in Richmond, you live in Woodbridge, and you have $100 of mine. So I followed you to your house in Woodbridge, and they told me, look, he just left to Richmond.
How far is Richmond from your house?
Another, we said 100, 20 minus 80, 80 miles. But they told me you're in Richmond, so I followed you to Richmond. Am I considered a traveler?
Yeah.
Yes and no. Yeah, at what point can I start combining my prayer? The moment I leave my city limits or the moment I leave your house, when can I be considered a traveler in this scenario? Because I didn't plan to travel. I did not plan to travel. And I'm just looking for you. And even, I don't know if you reach in Richmond or not. I might go and then they tell me, look, he just went back. Right? So the probability of me finding him in Richmond is low. I don't know where he is. I'm just trying to look for him. Right, he switched his phone, right, I'm just trying to go get my $100. Okay. When is my travel going to begin in this scenario? Huh? Ahsanti. Right? Unlike the other one of the 50 limits, now my travel will only begin after I've done 50 miles. The 51 mile now become a traveler. No, 50.01 now I become a traveler. But before that, I'm not considered a traveler. Why? Because I don't know. Okay? Any questions? Good? Okay. So that's the second. The first one he says that the journey is not because of a sin, for something permissible. 50 miles. وأن يكون معديا للصلاة الرباعية. That individual can only shorten for the prayers that has 4 cycles. Which prayers has 4 cycles? Dhuhr, Asr, and Isha. So I can only shorten which prayers? These prayers. Can I shorten Fajr? No. Can I shorten Maghrib? Ahsant. وأن ينوي القصر مع الإحرام. So when now I am, let's say for example, now I'm a traveler. When can I make the intention to shorten my prayer? When can I make the intention to shorten my prayer? Is it after I said Allahu Akbar, Bismillah Rahman Rahim? Oh yeah, man, I'm traveling. I gotta shorten now. All right, when? Yes, but when I'm praying now, I already started traveling, right? But when I am praying, we said in the Shafi'i school, and niyyah is an integral part of the prayer. If I don't have niyyah, I can be praying all I want. My prayer is what? Invalid. Ahsant. Okay. At what point, right? At what point can I make the intention? What is the latest? I can make before, like now. I want to pray, right? I want to pray Asr. Right? I want to pray Asr. I stood up. I can make the niyyah now. I want to shorten. And then Allahu Akbar. What is the latest I can make the niyyah? Huh? At least with takbiratul ihram. At that moment, I gotta have my niyyah. If I, let's say Allahu Akbar, at this moment I have the niyyah, can I shorten my prayer? Absolutely not. Why? It's too late. It's too late. I have to either do it a little bit before or with the takbiratul ihram. That is the latest I can do, and that's what he is saying. وَأَنْ لَا يَتَمَّ بِمُقِيمٍ. That I am not going to follow a resident. Meaning that I am a traveler, you're a resident. So how, for Asr, how many rak'ah are you going to pray? Yes, as a resident. As a resident. 4. You are a resident, so you're going to pray 4. I am a traveler. If I prayed by myself, how many am I going to pray? 2. Okay. But you are leading and I join your jama'ah. How many am I going to pray? Whatever you pray. And whatever you pray is how much? Full. 4. So I cannot shorten when I join him. The question is, how late can I join him so that I can be considered a traveler? Meaning I can shorten my prayer. After the first 2? So if I join you in the third rak'ah, your third rak'ah, I can finish with you. So he is praying 4, right?
Okay.
So he already prayed 2. Okay. So I am joining him. Allahu Akbar, rak'ah number 3, rak'ah number 1. He prayed 1, 1. 3, 1. Okay. 4, 2. He gives salam. What am I required to do? Make the rest of them up?
Yes.
Why?
Because you joined after hearing me. Wait, I'm sorry. I think I zoned out. Can you ask the question again?
Okay. So we agreed. If we start together,
okay,
I have to follow him. 4, 4. Okay. But I joined him late. So he's rak'ah 3. And I'm rak'ah number 1. He does.
General, when are you traveling?
I'm traveling. I'm a traveler. He is the resident.
Intention is,
My intention is to shorten. But I saw him. I wanna combine. I wanna get a jama'ah.
what I meant was your intention when you went traveling was good. This is the friend enrichment.
Yeah, this is the friend.
Okay.
I'm traveling for a good reason. Yes, I'm traveling for a good reason.
Okay.
Yes, no. So all the sharait are, all the shurut are in place, right? There's no problem. But the only problem is now that we said I cannot join a resident. But I asked a question: at what point can I join a resident so that I can still shorten my prayer? Is the question clear?
Yes.
Yes. At what point can I join a resident that I can shorten my prayer? He said after 2. So meaning 3, 4, 4. He 3, 4, 1, 2. I salam out with him. What do you guys think?
I mean, if he's leading you.
Yeah, he's leading me.
He's 2 rak'ahs in already?
He's already 2 rak'ah in. So I actually purposely waited for him. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna pray 4. So let me wait. He did 1. He did 2. I was like, oh yeah, now is the good time to catch him. Allahu Akbar. What happens to me? Should I salam out with him or should I complete my prayer? And why? For either reasons. You gotta give me why. I want us to think like fuqaha. Because look, every time we come to fiqh classes, we read the PowerPoint, right? We want to think like faqihs. That's why we're in this class. We want to think. Because we now know the rule. How do we apply the rule? Is where we are now, yeah? Huh? Yeah, no, we're talking about one-on-one. Let's right. Dhuhr I was a resident, I prayed for, but now at this moment I'm a traveler. I only need to pray Asr. But I can shorten. Can pray too. So the dilemma is, how late can I join him? Yes.
Yes, I think as you have joined him, the rule doesn't apply anymore. That's what I think.
Why?
Because we said earlier that the rule applies only if you don't join.
Ahsanti, nice. Look how she's thinking. The rule already said, an la yatamma bimuqim, that I do not join. It doesn't matter. Can join him. What is the latest? Even let's say, for example, he's in the 4th rak'ah, tashahud. I join him. Guess what? I have to pray for. Why? Because I joined a resident. Ahsanti, mashallah. Great. Right? Because we have a qaida. We have a maxim that says, إِذَا جَمَعَ الْحَدَرْ وَالسَّفَرْ. If residency and travel meets and combines, قُدِّمَتِ الْحَدَرْ, that residency is given precedence. So this axiom is going to help me decide. I am joining him. He is a resident. I am a traveler. What takes precedence? Residency. So now, even though in real world I'm traveling, for this prayer, what happens to me? I am a resident because I joined a resident. Ahsant. Yeah. وَيَجُوزُ لِلْمُسَافِرِ. Now, we said when we talk about prayers of a traveler, we're talking from two different facets. One is shortening, and the other one now is introducing us to it. وَيَجُوزُ لِلْمُسَافِرِ أَن يَجْمَعَ. Now, he told us qasr. Now he's telling us, not only is it permissible for me to shorten, but it's permissible for me to do what? To combine. Okay? بين الظهر والعصر في وقت أيهما شاء. That I can join only Dhuhr and Asr and Maghrib and Isha at either of the time. At either of the time. I can either combine Dhuhr and Asr at the time of Dhuhr, which we call Jam what? Any terminology? People know? It's called Jam Taqdeem. Right? Combining, advanced combinement. My translation sucks, but advanced combinement. Or I can combine Dhuhr and Asr at the time of what? Asr, and this we call what? Jam? Yes, sir. Ahsant. This is called later combining.
So you pray 4.
No, I'll pray 2-2.
If you're combining both of them, do you mean like praying all in one prayer or doing 2?
2-2.
Okay.
You're right, because I'm traveling. So we're going to shorten. And it's permissible for me to what? Combine them. How can I combine them? The question that was asked last week. Can I combine? Look, I'll do 4, man. Why salam out? Look, so I'm required to pray 2-2, 4, right? I'm just going to do 1 with the niyyah of Dhuhr and Asr. Is that permissible? Why not? Yes.
But then you'd have to also say salam and then pray again.
Yes.
If you're a traveler.
Yes.
You're supposed to shorten it and do jump at the.
Yes. So I can only do 2-2.
Yeah.
Meaning I have to salam out between the two. Absolutely. So if I say, okay, I will pray 4, that will count as what? As only dhuhr. Right? Will count as only dhuhr. Because I cannot combine 2 half in one to make 1. It doesn't, right? It doesn't work like وَبَيْنَ الْمَغْرِبِ وَالْعِشَاءِ فِي وَقْتِ أَيِّهِمَا شَاءَ. Right? And that I can combine between either of the two. Right? Now the question is, another scenario. I will combine dhuhr and asr. Let's say I lost wudu. I prayed dhuhr, I lost wudu. Can I go renew my wudu and come back and combine asr, or I lost my chance? Yeah, but can I do asr?
Well, the same ruling apply, like when you're making wudu, for example, it has to be like in a consistent,
Voila, it has to be continuous.
continuous.
Okay.
same.
Yeah. So another condition of it being, for now, us joining, right? Another condition for joining, jam, it has to be consecutively.
Okay.
Meaning, I pray dhuhr, give salam, and then I pray asr
Immediately.
immediately. So the question is, what is this immediate? What is immediate? 50 minutes, an hour, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 0 seconds? What is immediate? The time it takes to do wudu. So how long does it take us to make wudu? And another one of the sources and the tools that we use is something called urf, custom. Usually, how long does it take us to make wudu? Maybe, let's say 5 minutes. It's too long. But let's say, how long? If you take wudu is khushu, 3 minutes. Everyone 3 minutes. So then we'll say, for us, people of this locality, the immediately means 3 minutes. The moment I pass the mark of 3 minutes, did I lose my combining? Can I now combine?
Well, not everybody takes 3 minutes.
But now that's why we have to have a rule of thumb.
Okay.
How long is it, like the slowest one of us, how long is it going to take for them to make wudu? 5 minutes? Okay. 10 minutes? Okay, let's say, okay. We agree as the people of this town, now the Qadi is going to give this ruling now. Okay. Yeah, Uthman. Yes, sir. You lost your wudu, yes. How long did it take you to go make wudu and renew wudu? Yes. Sheikh, look, I prayed my dhuhr 2 rak'ah, and then I saw my brother. And then we started chatting. 30 minutes in, I took my wudu, I came in. Now, can I continue my combination?
No.
No, why?
You broke
I broke the continuity. Now I have to wait for Asr to come in at its own time. You got it? That is 1. 2. Can I pray sunnah between the two? No, why not? Ahsant, right? So first of all, I have had my intention to combine. Which brings me to another point. When can I have the intention of shortening and combining? Is it in the first rak'ah, in the first salah, or in the second salah? In the first salah. Right? Just like we said in the takbiratul ihram, that I have now not only the niyyah of shortening, but now I have the niyyah of what? Shortening and combining. Because I want to shorten and combine. That's another one. So, because of the niyyah, I cannot interrupt the niyyah. When I pray, let's say another sunnah, I am interrupting the niyyah that I had, like you mentioned. And that is not la yajuz. It's not permissible. Okay?
So I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So when do you stop becoming a traveler? So let's say you go from here to Canada or something.
Yes, sir.
And you stay over there for a certain amount of time.
Yes, sir.
When do you have to stop showing them?
Excellent. So now, I don't know why the Imam didn't go over, or I didn't reach that page. Oh, he talks about it in the chapter of Masah al-Khuffayn. So in the Shafi'i school, I am a traveler. The maximum days is what? People who are here for the Masah al-Khuffayn. Huh? 3 days. So 3 and less, I can still combine and shorten. 4 days and above, can I combine and shorten? I cannot shorten for sure. Combining, maybe. I cannot shorten. Right? So the minimum is 3 days. Got it? Answer your question? Yes. Now let's use a scenario again, another scenario. We headed to Canada. We're going to Canada for 7 days. Okay, 7 days. The day of traveling and the day of coming back. So we're going to be there for 5 days. So when can we start shortening our prayer? Eh? Once we board the plane, great. We boarded the plane, nice. Now I can shorten my prayer. I arrived. Can I still continue shortening my prayer?
Yes. But
Yeah, once we arrived. Can I?
how many days are you staying for?
I was staying for 5 days.
5 days?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
We're staying for 5 days. So,
Isn't it if you stay more than 3 days, then you can't shorten anymore?
so I'm asking. That's what we're trying to figure out. Huh?
Only 3 days, right?
So we're there for 5 days. So can we shorten our prayers? For the first 3 days, we shorten our prayer. And then the next 2 days, we don't shorten our prayer. Wallahi, you bring, I don't know you or where you get this from, this no Shafi. I did not say that. Absolutely not. The moment me and you land and we get home, that prayer, now we're going to be resident. Remember the qaida. إذا جمع الحذر والسفر قدمت الحذر. If residency, and how long does it take you to be resident? Let's 4 days and above. And traveling gets combined. So me and him, we don't know. Look, we don't know fiqh, man. We're like, okay, Maulana, Sheikh, we came to you. We don't know rulings of fiqh. He's going to ask us, how long are you guys going to stay? We say 5 days. What is the minimum requirement of traveling? 3. So we've already exceeded. If traveling and residency, now we are what? Resident. What takes precedent? Residency takes precedent. So the moment me and you get to the hotel and put our bag, Allahu Akbar, Dhuhr, how many are we praying? 4. Right? 4. Unlike people think, like, oh, I will shorten for the next 3 days, and then day 4 now I become a resident. No, not according to the Shafi school.
And then for the jump from there, you can't combine any more other than Dhuhr and Asr.
No, yes. I cannot combine, let's say, Maghrib to it. No. I can't. And then that brings us to another one now. Because he says, وَيَجُوزُ لِلْحَاضِرِ فِي الْمَطَرِ أَن يَجْمَعَ بَيْنَهُمَا فِي وَقْتِ الْأُولَى مِنْهُمَا. That it's permissible during the time of rain for the resident to combine the prayers at the first allocated time. For example, I'm praying Dhuhr and it's pouring. I can combine it 4 and another 4 of Asr at the time of what? Dhuhr. So he's saying, now we left about shortening. Shortening can only be done when? Shortening can only be done because of what reason? Only traveling. I will not shorten my prayer for any other reason other than what? Traveling. Great. Can I combine my prayers when I am a resident? The answer is yes. It depends with the circumstance. One of the circumstances. And the only thing that Abu Shuja talks about is what? Rain. The only thing that gives us the reason of combining is what in the Shafi'i school? Rain. Rain includes what? Not small rain showering like, no. It's a heavy rain. Snow, like snowstorm. Right? You get your phone start buzzing. Right? Weather hazard or whatever it is. Only then. If it's a little bit pouring, not like Hanbalis, a little bit pouring, they tell you combine. Okay? And the combination of that can only happen where? In the masjid. Ahsanti. Right? Can only happen in the masjid. Unlike, I think, Hanbali, that you can combine even at home when it's raining. I don't know. I'm not Hanbali. Alhamdulillah. So, a question now. Because now we, in other later books of the Shafi'i scholars, you see that you can combine for any other reason too. The question is, can I combine for no reason? Can I combine for no reason? No, just a general question. Can I combine for no reason? Okay, let's read this hadith together. And Ibn Abbas, the hadith is in Sahih Muslim. قال صلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الظهر والعصر جمعا والمغرب والعشاء جمعا في غير, very important, في غير الخوف ولا سفر. We said the only reason to combine is what? Either I'm traveling or rain. In the Shafi school, fear. Okay? Now we have a hadith in which book? Sahih Muslim. Anyone familiar with Sahih Muslim? Anyone doesn't know for Sahih Muslim? Let me ask that. Anyone doesn't know Sahih Muslim? Great, we all know Sahih Muslim. And we know what value it has, okay? Everyone knows Ibn Abbas, Abdullah ibn Abbas? Great. Everyone knows the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Alhamdulillah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam prayed Dhuhr and Asr, combined them, again 4-4. Maghrib and Isha, combined them when there was no fear or traveling. So what is this saying, the hadith? The Prophet ﷺ combined without no reason. The question is now, fiqh, we have a text of the hadith. Can I combine without reason? Yes. Okay, what is your evidence? The hadith says that, right? So now let me refute you. Imam Malik says, look, Imam Malik says, وَقَالَ مَالِكٌ أَرَى ذَلِكَ كَانَ فِي الْمَطَرِ. That he says this happened when it was raining. But now Imam Shafi comes and refutes him. He says, look, this hadith is in Abu Dawud, this edition, in the Tirmidhi. He says, look, Ibn Abbas himself answers the question. An individual asked him, why did the Prophet ﷺ combine? He didn't say because of rain. He said the Prophet ﷺ combined so that he can make things light for his ummah. Yeah, Imam Malik, where did you get this from? So the Shafis will say, no, reject this. The later Shafis say, okay, they say you can combine without reason, except that it's not habitual. For no reason. Let's say, look, I'm just sitting, we're going to go pray Maghrib, right? I'm like, you know what, look, I want to combine Maghrib and Isha. Can I? Based on this text? I can. Without reason, yeah, Sayyidati.
But you just said, like,
Yes, so there's a difference within the school, the Shafi school. There's some scholars say it's absolutely not. Some scholars say you can, especially the later scholars. So you can combine without reason based on this hadith, provided that you don't make it habitual. So for example, people combine, for example, let's say for example, all this one, especially muftis, they give fatwa to all the people, very old, especially during summer. Isha comes very late, 10:30, 10:10. Maskeen, he or she can stay up that much. So using this text, they'll say, okay, you know what? Summer you can combine Dhuhr and, Maghrib and Isha. Some fatwas will be like, okay, look, I'm a surgeon. Usually I have a really busy things to take care of during the time of dhuhr, not a problem. You can delay your prayer and combine them during the time of asr. Or do it combine before you go to your surgery. Huh?
You can do it before the adhan goes off?
No. Before the time, you cannot do it before the time. Right? For example, and this is another example you gave last week. The first Jumu'ah in the Al-Hijrah, you know what time it is? First Jumu'ah. 11 a.m. 11 a.m., is it the time of Dhuhr? No. Can I pray Jumu'ah and then combine Asr that day? If, let's say I'm a traveler. I came to visit you all. Regularly, if the Jumu'ah was during the time of Dhuhr, can I combine it with Asr and shorten? Yes. But the 11 o'clock one, can I? No. Why not? Because it's not the time of Dhuhr, right? Good. Any questions?
So you said some people couldn't.
But you don't make a habit.
So you said some people couldn't stay up for Isha.
Yes.
So
Old people.
yeah, so they combine it with Maghrib?
Yeah, they'll combine at the time of Maghrib.
But you just said they can't do it before the time of, before the actual time for the prayer goes off.
No, they have to wait for Maghrib.
Okay.
So when Maghrib comes in, they can combine Maghrib and Isha at the time of Maghrib, though. They cannot do before Maghrib time. Yeah. So now, any questions? Understood? Now we all, mashallah, if it comes to the fiqh of traveling, fatwa we can give left and right. Because we know the qaida, إذا جمع الحذر والسفر قدمت الحذر. Nice. Yes, go ahead, Adam.
What opinion do you follow regarding the
Huh?
combining of prayers without already saying?
What happened?
What opinion do you follow regarding the combining of prayers?
I plead the fifth. You're not here to follow my opinion, man. You follow the ulama and the salaf. Who cares about my opinion? Oh, no one cares about my opinion. You follow what makes sense to you and is convincing to you, always. Right? The Prophet ﷺ said what? Istaftah qalbak. So the mufti can give you the answer to your question, but are you comfortable? Are you comfortable following it? So you got to ask yourself.
So I have a question.
Yes.
So if I understand, for example, my concern is at work.
Yes.
Sometimes Dhuhr is okay. I have time. It's my break time. But
Yeah.
I know Asher will be very busy.
Yes.
And I won't be able to
Pray.
on time.
So the question is, before you continue, what is praying on time mean?
I mean, at the time, specified time.
When is specified time?
Like Asher.
What asr?
Asher right now is.
Let's say comes in at 5 o'clock. Just example.
All right.
Example 5 o'clock. What does it mean praying on time? Huh? Before the next salah comes in. That's what it means. So let's say, for example, Maghrib comes in at, let's say, 8 o'clock. So praying on time means I have from 5 p.m. up to 7:40ish. So that is praying on time. People think that praying on time is when the time comes in. Who said so? Right? And that's according to our madhab. Wait until the end.
So now my question was,
Yes.
Is it permissible then to pray Dhuhr, combine Dhuhr and Asr at the time?
What time can you be free? Can you be free before Asr comes out?
Most of the time.
So you only come out when Maghrib comes in?
Yeah, because my break is around Dhuhr.
Yeah. So yes, then
So is it permissible?
yes, for you, yes. Yes. For you, yes. Custom made. Lastly, Salatul Jama'ah. What is the hukum of Salatul Jama'ah? We end with this quick. Praying in congregation. What is the hukum? Sunnah mu'akkada. That is what Abu Shuja says. In the madhab, it is fard kifaya. It is what? Man, that is Maghrib? What Maghrib was that? Okay. So, in the madhab, even though Abu Shuja says it's an emphasized sunnah, Imam al-Nawawi says Salatul Jama'ah is fardul kifaya. What? Communal? It's a communal obligation. The question is it a must for me to pray in Jama'ah? No. But it's a must for the community to establish what? Jama'ah. A follower, meaning Ma'muma, must intend to follow the Imam. So all of us in Maghrib, we must intend to follow the Imam. But the Imam, it's not a must for him to have the niyyah to lead. That is why for the Shafi'is, we can pray behind anyone, even if he's praying Sunnah. Somebody can be praying Sunnah, and I know he's praying Sunnah, I can come and pray behind him, my fard prayer. In the Shafi'i school, unlike the Hanafis. Right? Because of this. Because he doesn't have to, it's just me following, I have to have that. It is permissible for one who is mature, meaning that baligh, to pray behind a child, but the only thing he has to be discerning, meaning this child has to know what is rukun, what is sunnah in the prayer, what is going to break the prayer, and. Meaning what? The child knows what the prayer is about. Okay? It is not valid for a male to be led by a female, nor for one who reads Fatiha correctly to be led by somebody who does not read Fatiha correctly. Let's say, for example, I don't know how to read Fatiha, and he does. Can I lead him? I cannot lead him. Why? Because I cannot recite Fatiha. Why? Because Fatiha is what? Is a rukun, is a pillar.
So what
And,
constitutes correct?
huh?
What constitutes correct?
Very good question, man. What constitutes correctly? What does the Shafi mean this? The Shafi means somebody reciting Fatiha correctly. One, that he starts with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. That's one. Okay. Second, Fatiha has how many shaddas? He has, I think, 14. That he pronounces all the 14 shaddas properly. Right? If he omits one, done. So the condition is very strict. Right? So those are the conditions. So he has to be somebody mutqin. Somebody who is, is Fatiha. That's why a lot of Shafi'is, you will hear him recite Fatiha 100. Wait for him to recite other surahs. My guy will be butchering the tajweed and all these things because of this.
That's it?
Yes. And it has to be in Arabic, of course. The pronunciation has to be correct. Another example that they gave in the book is, and I thought that was a jab. What was it? Where they gave? Wala dhalin. He gave that. It's not no wala zalin. There's people who say wala zalin. That breaks your prayer according to the Shafis. Yes, no wala zalin. Nothing called wala zalin. There's no zaz. One cannot pray ahead of the Imam. The Imam is here. An individual cannot be making a line here. They can only pray here or different rooms. They can never pray. For example, here, as a Shafi, people praying in the library.
That just applies all around to the person who's leading?
Huh?
To the person who's leading, the woman who's leading other women?
Yes, women. How can she lead here and all the other women goes like that? She's going to be standing in between.
No, like what I mean is like this room especially, there's so many issues during Ramadan and
Yes. So the person praying up front, are they ahead of the Imam?
yeah, that's what it's
Okay.
really
In the Shafi'i, no. But I think it's the
they say because of it's a different
No. It doesn't matter. It can be a different room.
so they cannot pray up there.
They cannot pray up there. But I think it's a Hanbali school or something. That's why they have the fatwa that people can pray. Right? There's an opinion that. But because we talk about Shafi school, I'm going to give you the raw data. In the Shafi school, somebody praying in front of the Imam, his salah is what? Batil. Okay? And let's say, for example, can I pray in a different room? Yes. Sometimes there's a gap. How long can that gap be so that I can be connected to the Jama'ah? 144 meters. So I can have, so for example, let's say the row ends here and another one starts here. So between these, he has to be 144 meters, which is quite a huge, provided I can hear the Imam and follow them. Any questions? Now you can ask Habibi.
Yeah, regarding the
We have 4 minutes. Yes, first, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so let's say in between 5 and 8, like you said, I haven't prayed Asr. Does that mean I have to finish Asr before the time lapse?
Yes,
So if it doesn't end until the Adhan for Maghrib, it's...
you're good.
But I have to start for...
Yeah, you pray Asr at its time. Provided you pray one rak'ah, one full rak'ah, before the time lapses, you're good. Even though, let's say, for example, the next 3, you will be technically praying during the time of Maghrib.
Yes.
But
I began...
since you finished the whole cycle in the time of Asr, then that will be counted as the time of Asr. Yes, sir. Any questions? We have 2 minutes before Sahih Muslim starts.
Oh, yeah, and the one, read the Quranic Fatiha, the one who does not, cannot leave the one.
Yes. So I cannot lead him. I don't know how to recite Fatiha. So he has to lead me. Yeah.
The one who knows the Quranic must read, must lead.
Must lead, yes.
The one who does not know well cannot lead.
Cannot lead.
This is just Shafi'i school.
I don't know. Hopefully other schools. I don't know.
This last week I hear.
I don't know. If I knew, I will tell you, my dear sister. But I just don't know.
If anyone does not know very well, someone has to read the Surah.
Yes. If none of us know, Allah help us. Somebody who knows better than the other. So Adam, you know Fatiha? Alhamdulillah. So Adam is going to lead us. Khalas.
Question though. So to do jama'ah, it is not fard. Even if you are in a Muslim country surrounded by masajid, it is still not mandatory to go pray jama'ah in the Shafi'i school.
Fardul Kifaya.
Which means one of the community has to do it.
Yeah, no, 2 people has to do it.
People do it.
I'm just talking about you.
So out of this community, 2 people have to do it.
Yes, sir.
And out of Adam...
That has to be you, one of them.
Yeah. Adam Center, 2 people there have to do it as well.
Okay, so we're going to have Sahih Muslim here. And so next week, inshallah, we're going to have Salatul Janazah. Huh? What's going on, Big Dog? Huh? Yes, sir.
I didn't really ask questions. I'm tired. But I was listening.
I see that.
But you know, at the same time, there's different...
Okay, we have Sahih Muslim, huh?
No changing of mind.
Really?
Yeah. Hard minutes.
Inshallah, nenda.
What is your name?
No, you can download it, but like I said, it's not always accurate.
You don't know your name?
Yeah, I don't know my name.
Mr. No Name.
Yeah, I'm Mr. No Name, I guess.
Yeah.
But there's a group chat.
Is it beginning now?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been going to...
No Name.
Looks like I'm No, I'll be this one. I have to start.
He told me once, but I usually forget names. So.
No,
Maybe I can scan his face.
Just copy paste it and
Bro, keep my name out your mouth. Stop talking to me. Like, for real, stop trying to be nice to you, just stop talking to me.
You're being Will Smith.
Bro, just stop talking to me. Like, actually, stop talking to me. I'm trying to be nice to you right now. Stop talking to me.
Okay, we're gonna have to text them. I'll text your number to the chat or to the Adam, what does that keep bothering you, bro? It keeps bothering him.
Tell me, who's...
Adam, listen then, buddy.
What happened? I'm on waiting. What happened? Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna text your number.
Huh?
He took his car.
And then they're gonna.
What did you say?
I just asked him to remind me of his name.
Shame. Mm-hmm.
I'm living, man. I'm living.